Hey, my name is Maximo Renato, and today I will be talking about two subjects in the book Talking to Strangers by Malcolm Gladwell. So, the first one will be about why people are not easy to read, and I will talk about the Amanda Knox case. So, basically, Amanda Knox was, people were telling, oh, she's a murderer, a cold hearted murderer, when she was just mismatched with someone. But people kept talking about her and kept going on trying to find what she did when she was just shy or scared to tell people that she was mismatched, that that was not her, that did all these things, you know. And I can make this example, for example, with my mother. My mother was so happy when she broke up with my father because it has been like, what, 18 years? I'm 18, so it's been, you know, nah, 20 years since she was with my father, and she never really enjoyed herself because she's 40. She never got out on clubs and everything. So when she started doing all of these things, I was so happy for her. I was I was 15 when they broke up. I didn't understand that she told us she was doing great, but she actually wasn't. She was like in a depression. She cried herself to sleep every night, and I didn't, you know, that didn't affect me because I didn't know, you know. My own mother, I misread my own mother, and that's something that's actually kind of scary, in my opinion. For the next subject, I will talk about the human tendency to default to truth and how it is essential for the survival of our species. So, in the book, we talk about Ana Belén Montes, so the Cuban spy who made her way to one of the best CIA agents. So, basically, people were so, she was so good that people were afraid to question her. And the psychologist Tim Levine even said something like, it's this tendency to default to truth is like assuming the person in front of us is saying the truth. Because if we assume they're not, we will be questioning everybody. And it would be over. Like the humanity would just not go forward. It would just push back. So of course, the default to truth is essential, because if they question Annabelle and Montes immediately, of course it would have been better. But in this case only, if they do that for everybody, they will never find someone guilty. This Annabelle and Montes case is really just pure luck or bad luck, depending on what side you see this. And an example that could be made is when you're playing video games. For example, when you're playing a game that is called Rocket League, it's basically cars that, with the help of a controller, you basically just control a car, and with this car you're trying to score with a ball on nets. So basically FIFA, but instead of having 22 players, you have 4, 2v2, 2 versus 2. And when you're playing in a high level game, you expect the people to be good where they are, so that the consequences that happen when someone is doing an action, you at your place, you know how to deal with that. And so it's it's like that you're gonna win. It is the way. So basically, you know, it's a good example for default to truth, because you assume the person in front of you will do something in the way he has to do, and you expect the person next to you to do the things, so you win. For this example, you know, you expect everybody to do what they're supposed to do, because it's with this that the game will happen. Because if everybody is doing questionable things, of course it would be slower. Life would be slower. Video games would be slower. Everything would be slower. So I thank you for listening to my YouTube video, and I wish you a good Christmas break, and have a good night.